When playing the dungeon modes of Blade and Sorcery, you're likely to use a variety of strong and powerful weapons to help you kill the enemies and reach the end. But what if you didn't want to use any of those powerful weapons? What if you just used a rolling pin instead? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Can you beat Blade and Sorcery while only using a rolling pin?
Bruh.
Okay, so obviously first thing I had to do was actually find where I placed the rolling pin. Well, I was sure I placed it in these drawers, but as you can see, nothing in here. I decided to go upstairs and check whether I had left it in my bed, for whatever reason. And again, it's not up here. And then it clicked. A few days ago I was beating up some of my chickens, and I left it over by the chicken coop. And now I finally have the weapon used for this run. Let's get started. I selected the hardest difficulty, and then I set off. So, we're finally here. As you can see, I've got the weapon. I decided to come over to the side here and check if there were any enemies. And as you can see, there's a few on the ledge over there. I think I'm going to take a different route. I saw this little rope at the beginning and thought, the rolling pin would be a really great way to slide down. So then I tried it.
Bruh.
And we're dead. Thanks for watching, guys, and that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Obviously I'm only joking, but I wasn't just going to let that rope defeat me so easily, so I tried again. It was taking me a while to actually get onto the rope, and I almost fell off multiple times. And then I tried it backwards and almost f***ing killed myself. And then this happened. I was using all the energy in my body to balance this thing. And to be honest, I was sort of going a bit slow. But we made it to the bottom in the end. I knew that if I was going to go up the rope by here, I was going to come in front of those people that I saw earlier.
Hello, motherfucker.
And he was our first enemy. I took him out quite quick. At least I thought. He actually got back up after taking that hit. He also fucking pushed me like 10 feet away somehow. And then his friends had finally arrived. At this point I was really regretting the challenge. I was trying to hit these guys, I just wasn't doing any damage. I wasn't really sure what to do. I could block attacks and hit them down pretty easily, but the damage output was absolutely nothing. Obviously I had to bonk this guy in the head a few times to make sure he was dead. And this guy a few more times. I just couldn't believe that, after all this guy's not even dead. I mean, this guy should have multiple brain injuries by now, but he just keeps holding his sword and shield. There you go, he's finally dead. But this is the point that I realised this run is going to be quite hard. I'm going to have to use a few different tactics to take these people out. I finally entered the little fort here, and of course, there's a few more guys inside. This is the point where I found out that using slow motion is going to be essential for this run. When you go in slow motion, your hits seem to do a lot more damage, and I can sort of knock people down a lot easier with slow motion. And then I actually died here. I was sort of getting a bit worried at this point because I realised that the people I've been fighting already, they're kind of low armoured, and I'm dying pretty much in the first area. And then I attempted to sneak up on this heavily armoured guy, and I sort of failed successfully. I mean, it looked terrible, but he's dead, I guess. And this guy just got absolutely shit on.
Bruh.
That was quite brutal. And then, to be honest, I have no idea what happened here to this table, but she's still alive, so we've got to take her out. And then this is the point that I realised that grabbing people is actually kind of essential to this. You know, I can sort of throw them on the ground, hit them, you know, it makes it a lot easier. And this guy actually got up behind me after I knocked him down, and I just grabbed his cheese. Had a little munch. And this guy here had no idea I was coming. He fell and pretty much broke his back and his neck. And I think this was my first wizard enemy too. I wasn't really worried though. In this fight I used the rope a lot to kill these guys. Because obviously when using a blunt weapon like this, it's important to get that speed, and one of the best ways to do it is to get up high. Come down from above. Hit them really hard. Now this is just one of the hardest parts of the run. There's just so many people here and I didn't realise. I only saw 3 of these guys at first. And this is where I used one of the most funniest things yet. I was just swinging from this little rope here, like Tarzan, just smashing them all in the head as I fly by. They pretty much couldn't even stand a chance against me. I mean, how do you even fight this? I pretty much had to employ some sort of strategy in this scenario. There was just so many people trying to kill me. And we got this guy here who looks like fucking Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or something. This guy's got a Let's Play video coming soon, that's for sure. I was just swinging around like a fucking maniac, just bonking these guys on the head. Just smashed that guy right in the face there. And this guy here just trips over his friend and dies. It was really dark while I was climbing this rope, but there was someone waiting for me at the top. Just push that bitch down there. And then I finally got this outside area and I felt like I was actually free for once. I've been inside for so long. Felt like I was going insane. Just gotta use slow-mo on these guys to actually take them out. This weapon is just so insanely weak, it's just so horrible to use. And I got this flask here, so I'm gonna get my health back up. Okay, so this area right here has a lot of enemies in it. It takes me quite a while. This is also the part that I realised that like throwing people up in the sky and them dying of full damage is a really great way to actually take them out. It's not technically cheating because, you know, I am actually using the rolling pin to kill him. This guy just had a Greg steak bake on him, so I decided to have a little bit of it. Obviously, he's not having any. He's going in the water. And this person up here was just shooting arrows at me, so I had to jump up there and take him out. She also had some cheese on it, so I decided to have some of that as well. And it was just so crucial that I was hitting these guys in the correct way, because if not, I'm just going to hit their weapons and they're not going to get hurt at all. So I just had to make sure I hit them in the head. Again, this fight consists of more throwing them around, but obviously for this build it's pretty much crucial. It's just such a hard challenge to do. And I just had to warn this guy here not to come and help his buddy out. His friend died anyway though. And then I finished him off. In this moment I sort of realised that, you know, I was actually using a rolling pin and not a sword, so I had to throw this one away. Almost killed this guy though. I also found this weird device. It has a little string on top of it, so I set it on fire. Yeah, obviously, it was a bomb. Alright, now this is the final guy of this little fort right here. Just gotta keep hitting him until he's dead. Just keep hitting him. Any moment now. And there you go. So I just dropped on this little rope. And I walked over here. And there it is. That's the end. We completed the challenge. So I wouldn't really say the challenge was necessarily hard. It was just more long and frustrating. Obviously the weapon itself doesn't really do much damage. So you've got to rely on other aspects of the game like, you know, slow motion and throwing up in the sky to do full damage. I think mods could definitely make this a lot harder. I know there's a few mods to make, you know, the enemies AI a lot better and they also hit harder and stuff like that. I think that could definitely help a lot. But obviously with the few mods that I have, it doesn't really change much about the game. So yeah guys, that was the video. Like the video if you liked it. And subscribe if you want to see me shove this rolling pin up on NPCs.